working with us tonight? You're like, no.
Just need to observe sometimes. I'm here for any questions.
How many do we need for quorum?
Or,
Wow,
We got it.
we're the movers and the
Well-
shakers.
he has to abstain from one.
Yeah.
And we can't count you. We can't count Chad. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, I'm a nobody.
We can't, well, Joe has to abstain from one.
Oh, gotcha.
Why can't we count you?
I'm not a voting member.
Oh, okay. Why not?
The council is not a voting member.
I don't know.
On this
Oh,
board.
okay.
I would think I would, but
I think the only one.
tell me.
Does he have to abstain
B
if
and
he
Z.
doesn't say anything?
what?
Does Joe need to abstain?
I would recommend that he probably abstains.
So do we have that just need to go to an email vote?
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
Okay.
We'll do it on Monday or
We can push it to the March meeting too, if that's easier.
It's not yours.
no,
Oh,
not yours,
just,
not
oh,
yours.
oh, never mind.
Not yours.
That doesn't mean that.
No, I'm voting you down.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call to order and do a roll call.
Bridget Couch,
Here.
Joe McGowan,
Here.
Brian Bogue, Rick Hop,
Here.
Deanna Fitzgerald,
Here.
Andrew Clary, Marlon Heidman, Becky Pate, Chad Briggs,
Here.
Mark Hydridge, Aaron Beckman,
Present.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I will take a motion to approve the minutes.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, we'll just jump right into new business. Do we have the person here for 4 Lafayette? That's me. Come on up.
My name's Kurt Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Why don't you tell us about your project first?
Okay, it's gonna be a breakfast lunch place. We're gonna open at 7 a.m. And close, well, we really don't have a closing time, but we're not intending on staying open for dinner. And we'll have cocktails, so you'll be able to get a Bloody Mary with your breakfast if you want before 10 a.m., which that really doesn't exist in Washington. But, I just think it's a great location. I've owned the building for 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Just really excited about doing it. I think it's got one of the best views on Front Street of the river. So I intend on, preserving the exterior as much as possible. The room addition is gonna have like the same type of siding. I'm painting the whole building white, black trim, and then all the cedar, as you can see with the black rails. I just think it has a really nice look to it.
Have you been able to review the design guidelines, our color palette that's suggested for downtown?
I have not.
Okay.
I just figured white isn't white not good?
It's not typically in our historic color palette.
Right.
The sage color that it is now, but we can share that color palette with you and
Okay.
see if it's something that you might. Obviously, I know you want to match the original structure to your addition, so that's probably why you're painting the whole thing.
Yeah, and I believe the pictures that I've seen, the original building was white back in the day. So I just thought bringing it back to what
Might
it looked like
not been in the right
before,
day.
and it's just really it's a popular look. I have no idea. These days, there's actually a few buildings downtown Washington that have the same color scheme on the exterior.
Different era. So you are the lucky owner of the second oldest structure in Washington. There's only one building standing that's older than yours.
Oh, wow.
So that's an 1834 log cabin, and so you being 1846, the Zachariah Foss House is the second oldest standing structure in our community. So it has a huge part of a lot of us
Right.
building huggers. So, yeah, I was definitely interested to see your project, and I think we do have some questions. I'll just start with myself, and anybody else can jump in. The massing, so the your addition is significant. It's nearly as big or almost bigger than the original structure of the home. But that's probably because you needed the space and you only have so much space
Right.
to build in.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, it's a
Inside, yeah.
tiny space. I did want to have you check out the color palette. The buildings downtown have been a variety of colors. And Aaron can probably send that color palette. Do you-
Yeah, I'll try and find it to pull it up
Okay.
right now.
If not, there might even be a big stack hanging around Becky's office. And the stair color, did you say it was cedar?
Cedar, yes.
Okay. So,
There's a lot of cedar, like the landings, the whole back side of the landings was cedar. So, like the architect and people I was talking to, they, were trying to get me to consider like composite,
yes.
and I just didn't like that look.
Well, the cedar on the landing is not appropriate to the building, but it was done probably before this commission existed.
Right.
So we are gonna just kind of share our knowledge with you, and we hope you might take some to heart, but really this isn't, we just want to share with you what we've learned over our time in downtown Washington and through our education and our process. So the color palette would be definitely something that we would share with you, and you can check that out. It looked like on the plans, the addition was called for vinyl siding.
I'm not doing vinyl siding.
Okay, good. Your plans say you're doing vinyl siding.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see that detail, and I'm surprised the architect put that on there.
Okay,
Because
yay.
his building's right downtown here too.
Good, that's one.
So yeah, no vinyl.
Okay,
We're gonna do a 4-inch, I don't know what you call it, but it's basically just a 4-inch, maybe lap siding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Composite of some sort, probably, composite.
It can, yeah, yep.
okay, cool. That's great. The other thing, the windows on your addition, they're not sympathetic to the window style that's on the original building. Have you thought about attempting to match those more?
Like the trim around the windows,
No, the window itself.
Yeah,
they're all vinyl.
No, but are they 2 over 2 or 4 over 4?
The proportion, I think, is what she's talking about, and I don't know
They're
how
a
wide they
vertical.
are.
Oh, so
They're-
those two windows, those are actually garage doors.
Yeah.
Those open up. So like in the spring, when the weather's nice, it'll make that whole area, open air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
So,
scroll to
and I
that?
didn't want to do a full garage door.
Aaron?
Oh, and that's fine too.
Okay.
You can see it a little bit better on the black one.
So
where
on
is
the
it?
inside, see a portion of that drawing
Yeah, you can
is
see it
covering foundation. So, because the foundation's sticking up, maybe 2 or 3 feet above grade. So on the inside, there's really only like a 3-foot wall. And then the garage doors come down on top of it. It's a lot like the Bridgeview Brewery.
Yeah, and those worked really well from them because the garage door looks like an industrial window, whereas you are in an 1846 clapboard home. So can you see where the garage doors don't?
Yeah,
They're not sympathetic to the building.
right. I was just trying to get as much of the outside inside, because the windows like we have in the existing building are really small.
I absolutely 100% see what you're going for.
Right.
It's just our job to, in a sense, be an advocate for the historic structure.
Right.
So I'm almost done, I promise.
is there a,
You're
I'm
okay.
sorry, is there a window that he could use that has the same opening that would look more historically correct?
Not
Or is
a
it too
garage.
big?
No.
Okay, where's the garage doors? I just see 2 windows in the middle of the wall.
Those are actually garage doors.
They're garage doors, so.
Oh,
He's right here.
So
Yeah,
it's-
so even like the framing in that picture, the details on it are, I don't think the garage door is gonna look like that. It's probably gonna have more windows and look more like a glass garage door, which that's probably not what you
No.
like.
No.
I just really wanted to bring the outside in, the light. Because also we're gonna have a dining area in the basement and there's hardly any windows down there. So,
Are you planning on opening those garage doors? Do you think you'll open them that often?
maybe for a couple months. Probably not, though. It'll probably be too hot. But in the morning, it just depends. I've never had an open air restaurant like that, so maybe bringing in all that humidity at 9, 10 a.m. is not good to, for later. But like in the middle of the summer, it'll be too hot.
Right.
But
As somebody who lives down there, pretty close to this, I can guarantee you the street noise is going to be obnoxious.
The street noise?
The street noise. We
Washington?
have trucks with no mufflers or chipped up diesel engines that roll up and down Front Street or up Oak Street, and it'll be obnoxious to you, I guarantee you. I just want to let you know that it's a promise.
If you're worried about glass, I think you could accomplish the same thing with 4 single windows that
Oh, yeah.
match the proportion of the existing adjacent house. And like Bridget said, it's the oldest wood frame residence in Washington, and I didn't realize it was the second oldest building in Washington.
So
So it's got some history, and frankly, it's a little bit out of place there because it's this house in the middle of all this commercial, but at the same time, it's the history. So that you like to maintain that. So if there's anything you can do with that, it would be appreciated.
Well, I'll definitely consider it because I'll tell you right now, those garage doors are not cheap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, the other
Aaron,
windows would be
I do have a
cheaper.
question for you. That location, is it a part of the Front Street Property Homeowners Association? That
Because it was all owned by Andy at one point.
Andy did control that at one time.
I don't know that we have any, for starters, I'm not aware of the city doesn't keep the homeowners association regulations. We don't, that's private.
Okay.
Right.
And so the city doesn't have that. But just knowing, I was not aware it would be subject to any of that homeowner association restrictions that might be on the rest of those.
Did they tell you that when you bought it?
I mean, I did as much due diligence, I guess.
Was it in your closing paperwork, though, that you were at the
think s-
homeowners association?
I don't think so.
That's usually something they have to disclose to
Yeah,
you.
I mean,
That's why I
Would there
don't
be a-
remember hearing that before, but I didn't know if he
typically
owned
there
all
would
of
be a
it.
fee with that, right?
Rick, would
Maybe
you be
Yeah,
part
possibly.
of that?
There'd be a fee.
I
Well,
haven't
when-
paid anything like
Yeah.
that.
When Gary Filla owned it,
Right,
he was part of our homeowners.
Oh,
okay.
So if that somehow got out of it, I don't know.
Was that based on the alley maintenance or whatever behind it?
So when I looked at the site plans for the Understall development, it appeared that in that alley that you're talking about, the one spot right behind my building was mine, up behind it. So I could see that being a possibility,
I
unless
think
they
it
changed.
might be.
Yeah, I don't know if that's subject, I don't know if that's subject to the rest of the restrictions or that, I don't know.
Who's on the homeowners association or who represents them?
who's your homeowner person?
Keith?
Snyder? I just had 2 more things I wanted to bring up. And one was something maybe you can talk with your designer or your architect about the foundation. Even if you do some sort of a faux rock foundation on your addition to kind of tie it to the rock
100%.
foundation. I'm sorry?
I like that idea a lot.
Good.
I was actually considering that, and I thought that would be a good look.
Yes.
It'll help kind of tie the buildings together a little bit.
Because it is 2 different, yeah, so I agree with that.
Or historically, it'll just look great.
It'd be too hard to match.
And then
Yeah.
I didn't know too, I just noticed that if you see that deck, that looks like it's like right at the master bedroom windows of that townhome. And I don't know if they, no. Okay.
You don't know if
That
they
just made me
what?
think, oh.
You don't know if they what?
I didn't know if they had to let the neighbor know.
No.
Okay.
So people can be partying out there?
One guy that lived there, he's gone, the place sold, so I haven't met the new neighbors.
I just noticed that deck was
Yeah,
right
well,
at
I
their
mean-
bedroom window, what I think is a bedroom window anyway.
When, there was a big concern of mine when I bought it, because I did want to extend the existing deck. And initially, I didn't have the idea of the rooftop deck. It was just gonna be a, gabled roof, but, I could only fit so much behind the house. I mean, it looks big
Yeah,
on
but it's
the
not.
plans, but it's 23 feet by 28 feet. It's
Yeah.
really just the size of a garage. So when I did the layout, I only had enough seating for about 35 to 40 people. And with the concept and everything, it would just be really in the price of the building and what it's gonna cost to do everything. It just wasn't feasible, and I was like, I need more square footage.
Okay. And I understand why, this next thing, why, I completely understand why you did this, but I do want to just say that, so you're going to remove an existing historic window and put a door in. So you're going to break into the original structure to put a door in?
So the reason we had to do that is because the staircase in the existing building was taking up the whole square footage, or, you know, a quarter of the square footage on each floor. So it just made sense to move the staircase into the addition and open up. And you saying it's the oldest frame building in Washington, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff that really, you know, says, yeah, this was done a long time ago. Like, there's beams in that basement that still have bark on them. Like,
Yeah.
they were short and just went and grabbed
Keep
another
those.
tree
Yeah.
and carved it, but, yeah.
Yep.
So on that design, what if you would match the original windows and just had them to where they would open in? Like swing in?
Yeah,
I don't know if that would work.
I'm really fine with this.
I mean, I know you wouldn't be able to get as wide, but you might be able to fit 3 in there and have the same design.
And the same
You talking
openness.
about the garage doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. with
And those
this.
would probably be a lot cheaper than the garage doors
Oh,
then too.
100%. And I, you know, I'm not objecting to just doing the same size windows.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful, yeah.
You know, I'll put, like he said, do 4 of them, and I think it would still look great.
Yeah.
It
Well,
would.
I appreciate you letting me say all that. I've always been a big fan of that building.
I understand that.
Yeah, and so thank you so much for allowing me to share what I think, and I think others might have something.
I'm just super excited about doing this.
Yeah.
And, you know, anything that we can do, or I can do, you know, to make it better for, you know, everybody that grew up around here and loves
Yeah.
that building, I'm
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, let me talk a little bit about the street presence, because right now, I think I know where the entrance is, but nothing is marking where to enter that building. And I think it's the door that's underneath the 2-story deck thing they have. Is that the main entrance?
Okay, so, yeah, the porch right there, that's
Okay.
the entrance, yep.
So
There,
here's a suggestion for you, and I know why you did what you did, and it might be harder to do it the other way, but what if that door in the 3rd story, or whatever that is, was on the other window, so that it was accessible from the roof patio, and you get rid of that 2-story deck? And then you put a similar porch to what's on the back of the building now. Aaron, if you can go to that. You put a porch all the way across those 2 garage doors you're showing, and the door, and then you can put some signage above that, because I assume you're gonna have some sort of signage there as well for the building. Do you know where your signage is gonna be?
yeah, so if you go back to the picture, so that porch right there, the sign's gonna be to the right. There's gonna be a sign right there.
Okay.
And then above the garage doors, which will soon be windows, we're gonna put another sign right there.
Well, if you had that, and the porch would be I think it would be something you could pull from the old building to put the same detail. And that 2-story deck it doesn't look good. It kind of muddies up that whole side of the building. And you get rid of that if you move the door to the front access from the roof patio. So just switch it with that other window.
You're saying.
Do you want to point it out?
So get rid of the room addition?
Take this door right here and put it right there.
Oh, up on the deck, okay, so
Get
there's
rid
a
of
bathroom.
get rid of that.
So
Get
there's
rid
a-
of that completely.
Oh,
It's gonna take a little. It'll take a little bit because your roof structure is kind of.
Well,
Joe is an architect, so he's
You're
not
gonna cut
just-
into the roof structure a little bit, but that's the worst part about that whole thing is that 2-story deck on there. Because it's right over your door. Your door's got about 7-foot clearance there. It just doesn't look very good.
Right.
And I think you could clean it up. And like I said, you could put a porch, low-sloped roof porch, just basically matching that existing porch that's there, and then have the signage above that.
Yep.
And it would break up the side of that building as
That
well,
would look
and
much
give you
better.
shade for those west-facing windows. You're gonna have some serious sun coming in there late in the afternoon.
That's true.
Okay.
So.
This is
I-
all being written down,
Yeah,
so
and
you don't have to remember all.
I don't disagree with your suggestion at all. The reason it's set up that way is because I wanted to put an office up there. Right now, there's 3 bedrooms and a full bathroom. So if I put that door where I did, I can keep the bathroom.
You'll have to modify the upper floor if you put it on the
Yeah.
other side. Yeah, I understand that. I saw
So,
that.
but I think that, I didn't like that either. I really didn't.
It's gonna,
It's the only way.
it'll save you a little money other than you're gonna have to rework the roof there a little
The
bit.
problem is getting a decent, so the existing building ceiling height is like 7.5 feet. So we had to go much higher.
Yeah.
And that put me up above, so it was hard to, like you say, figure out where to put the door. And I just looked around at some of the other buildings and how, like, I didn't think all those posts were gonna be coming down like that. I really just wanted 2 steps down to a deck to go in that door that had a couple posts going back to the building, so those posts didn't come all the way down.
Yeah. I think it'll clean it up and you'll like it better.
Yeah.
Because that to me, you're really you're right in front of that gable end wall, and it's just, you're doing too much there. And I totally understand why the architect did. And frankly, you did a pretty decent job of maintaining most of the street frontage integrity of that building. You didn't mess with the Lafayette side or the Front Street side. So it's, for that, it's, it's kind of by itself. Everybody can tell, hey, that's a cool old building there.
Yeah.
If we can match some of those old building details to the new structure, I think it'll, even though you're tripling the footprint of your building, we can't get away from that, but it's gonna
It's
tame
really- I
the
mean,
fact
what
that
you're
that's happening.
suggesting isn't-
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's, like you said, it's gonna clean it up.
And I know you
I don't
have,
have a problem walking through the
Yeah.
I think your entrance is gonna look better without that
to the
thing right
office.
above it.
and I know you have an architect, but if you want, call me, I'll meet you for free and just show you what I'm talking about a
No,
little bit more.
I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
And I think that, because I did like how the porch was covered by the deck above, but I do think like a little lean-to, like,
Yeah, just a
Metal
low
some-
lean-to like there now, yeah. Leave enough area for signage above, and I think it'll then look like the front of a building.
Yeah, it'll look
Right
like
now,
the
it
front
doesn't look
door.
like the front of a building,
oh,
hardly.
it's more, looks like the side of a building.
Yeah.
I agree.
You'll have a more prominent front door.
Well, thank you for coming. I hope I'm not presumptuous, but if you do go back to either the drawing board, we'd love to see your next iteration.
Oh, definitely.
Here is that color palette that Aaron can email you, I'm sure.
Something close to white up there.
No bright whites, though.
Yeah, there's some lighter ones,
You
but no.
definitely see some bright whites downtown, like the Schrader Building is one, and it was white, but that building was burned down in the 40s, and there's a red brick building hiding under there. But when they put that rounded building on it, it was the 1940s, and that's why they ended up with the white. So you're definitely seeing white downtown, but it doesn't mean that
Not
your
supposed to be
building would have been
down.
white. And even in the old photos, like, I think your neighbor even was called, oh no, it was called Washington House, not the White House, where Edward Jones and Horn Architects is.
Oh, yeah.
That was white my entire childhood, but that wasn't white.
It wasn't supposed to
obviously.
be white, really, yeah.
So, okay. Do you want to come back with us, or?
We'd love for
Well,
you
okay,
to.
I'd love to have you come.
15 minutes away.
That's great. If you don't mind, I'd like to have him come back, and then we can do his certificate appropriateness then.
Sure. Yeah, so just, we can, I don't know, are you, think you'll have something by next month, or when?
Oh, yeah. Mark, the architect, his office is right downtown here, and he can turn it around pretty quick, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we can just, table it for next month,
I
then.
think you just need a
Great.
motion and second to table to next month.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I motion to table it till next month.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for coming in. All right.
Do we have any presents with architects downtown to give them this thing? Architects in our city
Well, we're
have
going to
this?
talk about that.
Okay.
So next up, we have 307 West Fifth.
Hello, I'm Matt with Ziegler Signs. here to answer any questions you might have.
And it's just letters attached to the building, no lighting? Because there's no backlit signs in downtown.
Well, there are, they're just not allowed.
They're just not allowed.
It is
Well,
lit.
they won't be, yeah. If
It is
they try to
proposed to be
replace them.
backlit?
It is. Not interior, it'll be lit inside of the sign, not backlit.
But it's
That's backlit.
That's backlit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not in our, in our sign ordinance that you can't,
That's an ordinance.
isn't it? It was, I mean. Darren, do you recall?
I'm sorry.
That's an ordinance.
That's
I'm
in our
getting,
sign-
I'm getting clarification. I was under the, well, I'm just gonna look it up.
Let him look it up.
Okay.
I don't know that,
It's up on Fifth, so that's a
Right.
gray area for me that I can't quite remember where the lines are drawn.
I'll find that out if you don't. Do you have that map in your office? I don't have that map. Or is it online?
Yeah, well, this building is in the design review area, so it is
is,
subject, and that's why we're coming to
This
you.
should be just signage ordinance, not even about, but in the,
What I remember, hold on, it's here somewhere.
let him look.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
Yeah, what I remember is this ordinance, or this right here, is prohibited electronic message signs, which is we don't allow, like, you
Moving-
know,
moving letters.
billboards that have messages on them, or like display screens. But I didn't know that there was anything regulating
I don't-
the
I don't-
backlighting of
I
signs.
don't think there is. I think it just doesn't fit what your design guidelines
Are you sure? Because, I mean, we
I-
had a whole conversation with Edward Jones and H&R Block about it, and I thought it was in the signage ordinance. So much downtown, but it more about in our signage ordinance.
The signage code is just universal. That's for all of the city.
Yeah, and this right here, this H, prohibited electronic message signs, and I could be wrong on this, but, you know, this is the only time that our sign regs call out the city historic district or the design review area. I could be wrong on that, but I think that it's just, you know, as Darren said, it's, you know, not something you would like to see as opposed to in our code.
I don't think, I don't think it's regulated, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
I think as long as the rest of the sign code, it doesn't meet the thing, it doesn't meet appropriateness of the district.
Right.
I understand that, but it's not, I don't know that it's,
So everything else that's not regulated that we talk about, how do we tell them about that?
I'm shocked. I probably been telling people wrong for 20 years. If that, I mean,
Well,
seriously.
Thanks for keeping all those backlit
Do
signs out.
you recall? Yeah.
I mean, we've always been under the understanding that backlit signs were not prohibited in downtown.
Or-
We've made some
Or prohibited.
exceptions, and because
Existing.
existing, and some of them, some of the newer ones, that they weren't as obtrusive, they weren't
Right.
blaring. You know, the backlit sign was, the lighting was more recessed and it wasn't bright.
I know, and I mean, a lot of that up there, you know, when they switched over to Amoco, all that lighting is all backlit, the Amoco all around the canopy of the gas pumps, so, yeah, if it's not, we'll have to do some but it's obviously, if it's not prohibited within the,
Ordinances.
ordinance or the code, then,
I think what you gotta do is just, you have to look, if it's not specifically mentioned in your, historic preservation article, which is Article 10 of the code,
oh, yeah.
then it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know that
That's-
for sure, I don't have that memorized. So,
It's funny that everybody thinks that that's the rule.
is that what you're looking at, Darren?
Yeah, that's what I'm checking out. Look at design review standards
lights
and
in here.
guidelines.
Yeah, I don't, even in, when I've looked through that ordinance, I don't remember seeing anything about backlit signs.
Yeah, just, it even says in signage, and this is under section, section 400.465, design review standards and
Inappropriate
guidelines, and
sign.
if you look under paragraph
57.
9, it states, the character of signs should be in keeping with the historic or architectural character of a landmark or historic district. Character of a sign includes the number, size, area, scale, location, type, Example, off-site advertising and on-site business signs, letter
here it
size
is.
or style, and intensity and type of illumination.
And here,
These are those are guidelines.
Yeah, and
but-
these
I
are
know,
the
but that's what
guidelines, and
we're
I
here
think
to
it's
talk
just,
about.
it just says should, and I think your design guidelines go into a little bit more of
Yeah,
a,
she found the section where it says no.
let me see, what section are you?
it's 5.55. Sign illumination right there.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't want it as far as these guidelines, but they're guidelines.
For guidelines, they're not.
But
Okay.
isn't that what we're here for, the guidelines?
We're gonna, well, yeah, we're sharing that we don't
Yes.
like backlit signs, but it's a guideline, and if the
Okay.
property owner doesn't,
And we're gonna go into this a bit later. I've read through our ordinance, and I have a whole, if we get time today,
yeah.
I'll,
You know what?
We can go on
I
the
think,
record.
you know, this is no hill to die on. There is backlit signage all over that gas station. It is not in our current code or ordinance, so I would accept a motion for awarding the certificate of review.
I motion that we approve the certificate.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you.
Did you hear me say nay?
Sorry for that
Oh,
diversion.
did you get it? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, frankly, I think on Fifth Street there,
It's
I feel that's a different,
And the
I know it's
gas station-
downtown, but
it's
it's,
a gas
it-
station that
yeah.
has backlit Amoco
And there's
all
all
over it.
kinds of signage all up and down Fifth Street, even within the design district.
Okay. All right, next up is 310 Elm Street. Come on up.
10. Oh, I know them.
Hi,
Hello, welcome. Tell us about your project.
I'm Deb Giffen. I'm the owner of Swallow's Nest, which is the old Niebergen Vitt Funeral Home. And we have been very successful with our cafe, and we have very little space to pump out a whole lot of food. So we are wanting to build on the back side of the building, a larger, or an addition to the kitchen.
Is this an existing porch, or is it next to the existing porch?
It is
It's a
not.
covered area. I don't know if I'd call it a porch, but it's a covered area.
Is it the covered areas where you have bands?
It's just an inset that.
I printed a couple of pictures if I may.
Yes.
I meant to try and peek back there, because I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead space.
Would it be on the side of 4th Street?
Is this okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
No, you're gonna get shocked if you go past
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I read.
Oh, okay, this is way helpful. Okay, got
What
it.
street
That
would
is
this
the
be on?
kitchen door that you see in that
Just the
photo.
back of the building?
So that would just be a doorway into.
This is the kitchen door
This
right
would be
here.
on,
Yeah.
this would be coming.
Fourth Street. They're gonna move the
Okay, so
kitchen
from
door.
4th Street.
This is
you can
just
see
between
that
the two
there.
buildings.
Okay, that's what I thought. Our house is
Yeah,
at
it's-
410.
So this would be like where you park.
And
If you
Yeah.
would pull up to park there,
existing building.
this is like an inset, basically.
And what materials are you gonna utilize?
It's like if we were on 4th
Just
Street.
standard,
Yeah.
just
We
standard
have
framing,
410
and then on the
410
outside,
L, so we
we
could see
are
that
just
from
going to
here.
do an LP, board and batten
But
siding.
it could be.
Okay, because the plan said vinyl.
Yeah,
We
so
have
they're
a
gonna do.
on that.
Okay, all right.
LP will be more appropriate for the space.
It is in the back of the building, but yeah. But you have people back there because you utilize the garage as an event space. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, if not, I would entertain a motion to award a certificate of,
Are we gonna have to postpone that?
oh, technically, Joe has to abstain, so we are gonna email vote on this. So we will,
We'll get you something by the end of the week, but you'll hear from whether it's, you've got the review or not by Thursday, so.
By Joe abstaining, you don't have a quorum, I guess, is what
Correct.
you're getting at. So
there's
Yep.
only 3 of us. Yeah,
Because he's the
sorry, we-
architect, is that why?
I'm the
Yes.
architect, so I don't
Okay,
wanna.
well, I'm sure you did
I
a
would
good job.
certainly approve my own design.
Well, I hope you did it right I would hope you did it right to begin with, so you could approve
All
it.
right. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing about your project.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to scan this in and email it to the rest of the commission, so.
Yeah, we'll get it taken care of.
Okay. Up next, 4th and Jefferson. Is this you? Can she stay up here, or does she have to go down there?
You can stay up there.
Okay.
It's fine.
tell us all about your fun sign. This is literally like over 20 years, so I am beyond excited.
I looked through all the files last year. And I don't think that this is probably maybe the final design of it. This is kind of where we're at right now as we're going into it. We're still working with the design committee. So this would be an over-the-road sign. Head 4th and Jefferson there, where those X's are. That's a very professional rendering, as you can tell.
What would you look like next week?
We have worked a little bit. John Packey has already talked with emergency services about how high it can be, and also next to the fire hydrant about how far away it will be. We do recognize that there's a good chance that we will probably lose those 2 trees, and we are more than happy to replant trees anywhere in the downtown area, wherever the Parks Department wants them, because I don't want us taking away trees. So this is kind of the base of what we're looking at, to just kind of welcome everybody to downtown Washington.
What was your thought process on locating it right there?
That happened before I started. So that is where I think originally, and you can speak to this, it was located somewhere, it was further back.
Probably closer to Fifth.
I think we had about, and I work with the design committee, so I was part of the discussion. We had 5 or 6 areas all around downtown, and we played with all of them, and this ended up just being the one that everybody liked the best. Now, that being said, you know, you could also put 2, but I mean, I kind of think 1's enough for a town of our size. You know, it's not like we're entering from both directions. You know, we talked about entering, you know, putting 1, you're coming down 3rd Street. A lot of people come down 3rd Street headed west. You could put, but
But a lot
we
more
kind of felt that it was good there by City Hall.
Really,
And it caught people that were traveling on 5th Street, that were, looked down Jefferson, nice entrance. I think Jefferson is one of the, I don't know if it's the top one, but it's I think it might be the top one that's used to get downtown.
traffic, yeah. Is there any illumination?
So in this plan, we've talked about the possibility of making it to where you could add lighting later. So powder coating the holes in the back to possibly add lighting, but not doing it initially, just to kind of figure out how it looks and how we like it, so.
Just don't backlight
Are
it.
you seeking a certificate of review tonight? Okay. Any questions?
The only thing I would suggest is that they did take out, and Becky, we were talking about this the other day, when John was there showing us this. I would just recommend that since those 2 trees are gonna be removed, and they said that they wanted to go ahead and they put those someplace else. The building, though, it's not in that picture, but he could probably back out and get to it, is the one that John's currently working on, right there, the white building. That tree right there bit the dust during the fire. So
Oh.
I would strongly recommend you match that back up or make it,
Transport?
put a new tree at that location or whatever to go ahead and replace
Will
one of
they,
the 2.
can you literally just move it, or will it die, or?
Kat said that won't work.
They'll die, okay. So once you pull them, they're toast?
I don't think you can do that.
Okay.
But, yeah, we are willing to.
You have to dig
replace-
pretty deep.
I don't think the owner would like it necessarily at that
Yeah.
location, but I think with
have to
it's
tear
the
up the
city's
sidewalks and make like a
responsibility to
big-
replace that tree at that thing, so.
I can comment on that part.
I don't mind.
But no, we are more than happy to replace trees, somewhere on downtown, wherever the park wants them. And if they can't find a place that they want, I'm fine with greenery as well. I do want it to, we are responsible, you know, for all of that, so. But no, we are not seeking, we just wanted to bring it before. We will probably next month bring it back with something a little more hard firm.
Cool.
Okay. And you did say powder coated, so that's awesome. One thing that always bothered me about the light poles downtown is we are a parade town and we're a little obsessed. And so when other organizations use duct tape, which is the best to make your sign stay up, but it rips the paint off every time, which is why we always use painter's tape in downtown Washington. But yeah. Not great in a windstorm, you're right. So, but yeah, something that's got some durability because it's gonna get signs hung on it. So I think it looks great. I'm excited. What is your optimistic time frame that we will never hold you to?
Late spring.
There you go.
Nice. Hey, that's a long time coming.
I'll say.
Okay.
And I like the location too, because if you put it up there at 5th Street,
Yeah, that's.
There's a lot going on there.
You'll be replacing it every
We,
so.
we talked about, just so you know, with the last comprehensive plan that the city discussed or whatever, they talked about improvements to Fifth Street, and one of the things we talked about initially with John at that time, this was before Becky came on board, was if the city applies for grants on either end of Fifth Street,
Oh, yeah.
possibility, especially when you're entering into, when you come off of 47 and right there by Krog Park. And you go ahead and have that, because you're really entering the downtown area at that point.
Yeah.
And that would be something down the road that you could go ahead and
I think
take a
we
look
even talked, because we kind of have claimed more of Jefferson Street, like even as far as 8th in the past too, whenever it suited us to stretch. Well, because especially too with all the TIF districts that haven't been activated, that could
Right.
be or whatever.
And that's a strong possibility that Fifth Street will also have that funding, could have that funding in the future.
Okay, that's great. All right, Aaron, I've been waiting for this. I'm excited about your discussion items.
All right, so first up, we have state historic preservation grants. So I got an email a little while back about some grant opportunities from the Missouri State Historic Preservation Office. I went to a forum a little while back, and they've got about $400,000 in grant funding up on the table for the 2026 year. These are 40-60 grants, I believe, or excuse me, 60-40. So they can only fund 60% of a project budget, so we got to put up 40%. And this is for non-construction funds. So really what this is to kind of go through this list of what the State Historic Preservation Office is funding and seeing if we want to do anything, because I know at one point we had talked about updated guidelines. And I kind of think that this would be a good opportunity to apply for a grant and get something going, because we're about 15 years on the last one. So
And they're not as user-friendly, and so we actually we had a training last month where a lot of us got our training completed. And
Yep.
so we talked about, we do need new design guidelines. We need them to be user-friendly for the public. The other thing too is, I'm not mistaken, at least one or two of our design guides in the past have been paid for with this exact same grant.
Sure.
But where's that 40% hanging around the city's budget?
yeah, well,
I don't even know how much this would cost these days.
If you had a new set of design guidelines,
Is it like 40 grand or is it like 100 grand? I have no
I
idea.
think it might be closer to probably 100 than it would be 40. And I think especially if you want something that's a little bit more user-friendly, and I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be closer to that. But it's worth it to go ahead and apply for. I mean, we certainly,
We can discuss that if we get it.
yeah.
We can spend it.
yeah, well, I've got to submit a pre-application, kind of just initial. I just have to submit an initial pre-application by the end of this month to the office, and they'll kind of give me some feedback about, hey, is this something that's likely to be funded? Here's how you need to, make your application better to, have success with that. So I just wanted to see if that was kind of the direction we wanted to go, because I know we had talked about that, or if we wanted to pursue something else. In my opinion, I think that's the direction we should go and put something together for that. So
You could use the TIF funds.
That's right. I forgot about that. I am wholeheartedly in favor. This isn't the first time, even this year, or even last year, we've talked about the design guidelines and how we're not really pleased with them.
sure.
They didn't age well.
Was that PGAV that did that?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think we had some of that when we were named a dream community, and so there was
That was
some
like
funds.
17 years ago or something like that, wasn't it?
Well, it was
2009.
She's
Yeah.
right. It was the dream, and I think it was 2011. Yeah.
Oh.
What did you say?
that,
I'm sorry.
I thought it was 2009. Well, I don't know. Does anyone have them up?
It's right here, it's 2009.
Okay.
And then
9?
before
Okay.
that, we were using the Winters version of our design guidelines, and that was from like 1993.
Oh, goodness.
So we are due. We're due. Yeah,
I think it'd be probably worth your while. Yeah.
I agree. Is everybody in agreement that that's the direction we'd like Aaron to go?
Aaron, I don't know how much you looked into it. Is there any application fee initially?
Not for the pre-application.
Okay,
I think
very good.
for the, I don't even, I sat through the whole forum, and I don't remember there being any application
Okay.
fee, but I could be wrong.
If you look hard enough on these city computers, you might find the old grant application. You never know.
Might be worth digging for, so. Yeah, we'll see.
All
Well,
right.
anywho, that was that item.
That hurt.
Next is kind of website changes, so I think I have it up here, but there's a couple of things on our website that I'm either planning to update or just kind of want to talk over and see what the deal is. So let's see, I had a list here. The annual report, that needed update. That hadn't been updated since 2019. Just kind of cleaned up our historic preservation map, so we'll put that on there. The zone, our website had not been updated with the newest historic preservation code in the zoning, so that needed to be updated. And then I wanted to talk about these self-guided tours and national parks service presentation briefs. Do we still want these
Yes.
on the website? Okay.
Yeah, those preservation briefs are step by step, so if somebody needs to do tuck pointing, or they have a terracotta roof, those are
Sure.
direct guidelines on how to work with each of those.
Yeah, I guess what I would say then is I think it might be wise for me to type up some language, kind of explain, make it more of have the link and then put some language below it saying, hey, this is where you can find, this is what this is, So.
And you're gonna click on those bad boys, and they're gonna look like they're night from 1983 because they are.
Yeah.
But they are working on. So we hear and have heard for many years.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Oh, yeah.
updating them. But they're still good. The information that's provided in them is still relevant, even though they look ancient. 1983
Sure.
was so long ago.
Sure.
It's a self-guided tour one, the same one you get at the Historical
Society
Society?
is going to be redoing that.
Oh, great.
But
Awesome.
But again, those buildings are still there, and they're still, most of the information on that is still accurate. So the historic part, the history on each one of those structures
is the same
is
one.
good.
'Kay.
So you could leave it up there, but they're going to redesign that. That's on their schedule for this year.
Gotcha.
From there that the post office is no longer a working post office.
Yes, there are definitely things that are wrong, but I will tell you all the building history is good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just wanted to.
She was not seeking it tonight.
Okay, and then next is talking about our historic preservation ordinance. So I have a presentation. I'll kind of speed through this, and then if we have any questions, I'll answer those. So, at our training last month, we kind of went into that was something that they recommended is actually looking at your ordinance and what this commission's purpose actually is, and what we can do, and what we should do, and what the state allows us to do, and all that. So, without further ado, what does the state enable us to do? So the reason why this commission exists, Chapter 253, the Local Historic Preservation Act, lists the powers of local historic preservation commissions. They are as follows: to survey and document buildings that are historically significant, to recommend buildings to designate as historic landmarks, to recommend rules to preserve the integrity of designated landmarks and districts. The commission has the authority to review ordinance, basically just create our historic preservation guidelines. The state also allows us to aid owners of older and historic properties concerning the preservation and maintenance of the property, to recommend programs and policies to encourage local preservation, to prepare a historic preservation plan, and integrate that into the zoning, building code, fire code, community revitalization, and heritage tourism, to participate in all city activities affecting landmarks and districts, and to acquire preservation restrictions or easements for designated properties. So with that, what does our ordinance, specifically the City of Washington, enable us to do? And our historic preservation rules are baked into our zoning. We don't really have anything in the building code or fire code, or any amendments that relate to historic preservation that are Washington, Missouri specific. So all the ones that I've starred here are pretty much identical to the state language, but the ones that I've highlighted in the next couple slides are different, so I'll just touch on those. or I guess not different, but we kind of go into more detail than the state does. So to recognize property owners within historic districts and to recommend signage for historic districts, hold seminars or programs, create maps or publish pamphlets to educate the public about the heritage of Washington, to issue stop work orders for any unauthorized work undertaken without a certificate of review, to review proposed zoning amendments, special use permits, or variances that affect historic districts or landmarks. I did not realize that. And since once I learned this, I've checked back, and I don't think there's been any of these.
We haven't.
Yeah, that have been either downtown or in the design review area. But moving forward, I will notify this commission of any zoning amendments, special use permits, or variances, in this area. What does our, to recommend grant applications or utilization for furthering preservation in Washington, to have city staff or other experts assist you, to hire specialist consultants or a citizen advisory committee, testify before all boards and commissions on any preservation. And I think that is the same. Okay, so when is design review required? So this is kind of the main action that this commission takes. This is required for municipal improvements, such as the sign that we just saw, all building permits, and demolitions. And that's something that I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but have we, has this commission looked at many demolitions over the years? Yeah. Okay, so they have been caught. Okay, gotcha. And then,
It's not about being caught. We're full
When was the last- But when was the last one that this commission?
probably Fifth Street School, I would guess.
You're right, that's probably the last one.
I know.
What's that?
Rest in peace.
Oh, that's good.
yeah. And then who is exempt from design review? Ordinary repairs and maintenance, emergency repairs, interior remodeling or decoration, and exterior improvements outside, so just everywhere else.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah.
So with ordinary repairs, like I'm talking about the house that I have, I'm still confused about the whole thing. We're just putting like new, what do you call it? The windowsills on the outside that are completely rotted, but we're replacing them with something that looks just like
Does it
theirs
require a
maybe?
building permit?
No.
Is that-
Then no, you don't have to come before us.
But this
Oh,
is where
good.
there's always been a little bit of confusion, is that
We're not changing
you've
the
got
si-
things within this code that talk about things that we don't necessarily, just because we don't, that's been the problem, is that we don't require building permits. For example, we don't require building permits for the replacement of windows.
Right.
But our language says that those require a certificate of review.
So therein lies
How
part
do
of
we
the problem.
catch it?
And that's what I want to talk to you tonight about, is that there's this language, this stuff that we have in our historic preservation code that says we're going to regulate this, and this requires a certificate of review, but we have no enforcement method.
Right.
And I watched I watched this 2018 historic preservation meeting where Sal originally proposed these rules, and I don't know if that was necessarily a thought at the time was the enforcement. It came from a good place, but I don't think a lot of this stuff is enforceable, especially if we don't require a permit for it. So
I thought,
Yeah, how do you know to say, hey?
we don't.
The other thing too, like I know, like one of my biggest worries is tuck pointing does not require a building permit, but
And
there
it
is
should.
concern about, do you have a mason that understands these
Yes.
historic buildings,
Sure.
So,
cement
so
thing.
do you have a way to fix this?
Well, not specifically. I just wanted to kind of start a conversation about all this, and I've got some more slides in here, just talking about like what's regulated where, but essentially it boils down to we have some things, enforceability and how do we do that? So I guess talking about potential code changes. Would you be open to removing some of the things that we don't require a building permit for? Because in my mind, I'm sure we've missed, a boatload of properties, you know, that
I don't know
have
if I want to
not.
go immediately into removal.
Sure.
I'd rather have conversations about how can we think about this going forward.
Sure.
But not removal.
Sure.
I think he's got the main ones up there. You see, you got window replacement, painting a building.
Yeah, painting the building.
Even a fence
Yeah, a fence.
is not subject to a building permit
Mm-hmm.
in town.
You have to do something for a fence, I forget.
No.
We've got, it's a challenge. We've got
Oh.
rules and regulations of what the fence is supposed to be, but we don't require.
You don't have to, yeah, you don't have to
And what
come
about,
into our
like,
office to do a
Yeah,
fence.
if they just decide not, even if it's required, like there's a sign downtown that just popped up in the last 6 months that it's using an old bracket, but they popped in, it's backlit. Again, we already talked about that, but it just appeared. It never
Right.
came before us.
Right.
And maybe maybe the owner didn't know, maybe they
They
chose
don't.
to forget at the moment and just do it.
Sure.
You know, so there isn't, there is no mechanism for. that
And
you
they
did-
would have claimed maintenance or something along those lines probably, but
It was vacant for
I don't
20
know
years.
which one you're talking about, so I'm not gonna say it.
Was back maintenance.
It might or might not be on Lafayette Street, whatever. But,
Not my house, is it?
no. So, I think this is definitely stuff that we need to continue to talk about.
and I think we're running out of-
I really appreciate this PowerPoint. Thank
Yeah,
you for
that's
doing
really
that.
I will send this to you because there's some more I didn't get to. We're kind of running out of time
We
here.
actually continue at the next meeting.
Absolutely.
Send this to us?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to continue this at the next meeting.
Yeah, you'll send it to us.
I have a question. Can you participate in a commission meeting if you're not physically here? Could I Zoom in?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, because I have to miss the next 2 meetings and I don't want to. But
Yeah.
just because I have to get somewhere, but I'm available to hop on Zoom.
sure.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We, you know, we're able.
If you guys wanna change the date for your meetings, that's up to you as well.
Well, I don't want to
We
mess
just
up.
can't interfere with another meeting, that's all.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk about that via email. Either I can
Okay.
just Zoom in or, because I don't want to mess everyone else's schedule up if they
Sure,
can be here.
sure, yeah. Yeah, no, that's more than fine. I'll send this to you and we'll circle back next month, so.
Yeah. I'd love, if you need any help on that, on the grant application.
I will be reaching out, so.
All right. We are right up to our time. Any other questions or comments tonight? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, do we adjourn?
Have a motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
All right.